It's Harper's Peace, where troubles fade, with faith and love and lemonade. A steady heart, a gentle hand, a quiet strength that understands.
Mornings in town didn't come all at once. They rolled in slow, like syrup on a warm biscuit. Folks opened their doors, waved to neighbors, and eased into whatever the day held. Sheriff Will Harper stood on the steps of his office, letting the quiet settle around him like an old quilt. His coffee was still hot, his town still calm, and, if the smell on the breeze was right, someone had already baked a pie. Just down the road, Mrs. Jenkins had placed her famous apple pie on the windowsill to cool. It was tradition. Her pie had won the blue ribbon at the county fair 3 years in a row, and she aimed to make it 4. But this year, something unexpected happened. Later that day, Mrs. Jenkins came marching into the sheriff's office, her apron flapping and cheeks flushed with frustration. "Someone's taken my pie," she declared. Will raised an eyebrow. "Taken? Gone without a trace. I stepped inside for 1 minute, and when I came back, it had vanished." Will promised to look into it and tipped his hat as she left. Deputy Hank, ever eager and not always helpful, suggested everything from pie-loving raccoons to rogue fair contestants with sticky fingers. Will smiled and shook his head. "Let's start with the usual suspects." He asked around town. Old Mr. Duffy claimed he saw a shadowy figure near the Jenkins house, though he wasn't wearing his glasses at the time. Hank interrogated a group of geese by the pond, certain they were acting suspicious. But something about the case didn't sit right with Will. That evening, back at home, Will walked into the kitchen where Clara was setting supper. Their son Tommy sat at the table, unusually quiet. Ruthie, his little sister, looked anywhere but her father's face. Will sat down beside them. "You two didn't happen to walk past Mrs. Jenkins' house today, did you?" Tommy nodded, his eyes on the floor. "We just wanted a little taste," he whispered. "It smelled so good, but when we tried to put the pie back, it fell. We got scared and ran." Will let out a long sigh. Not one of anger, but of understanding. He looked at Clara, who simply nodded and brought over a plate with 2 slices of fresh apple pie. The next morning, Will walked his children to Mrs. Jenkins' house. Tommy and Ruthie held the plate with shaky hands. "We're sorry," Tommy said. "We shouldn't have taken it. We'll help make a new one if you want." Mrs. Jenkins looked at their faces, then at the pie. After a long pause, she smiled. "Well," she said, "I suppose a couple of helpers might be nice. You two can start with peeling the apples." They spent the rest of the morning in her kitchen, sticky-fingered and smiling, learning how to mix flour and forgiveness in equal measure. That evening, as the sun dipped low over Main Street, Will sat once again on the courthouse steps with his coffee in hand. The children ran past, laughing and free. Will smiled to himself. Sometimes, the biggest lessons come from the smallest of mistakes. Truth may be hard, but it's the only road that leads home.
Morning light and coffee steam, chickens cluck and children dream. A quiet town, a slower pace, with kindness etched on every face. It's Harper's Peace, where troubles fade.